This is an open session public meeting that is subject to being recorded. Your image and your voice may be recorded. This is the Personnel Committee meeting of Wednesday, November 16th, 2022 at 6:30 p.m. Those present: Claire Pond, Sue Terrian, Kristen Rubin, and June Poland. All right, the first item that we usually discuss are the minutes, and I sent those to you.
Yep, I make a motion that we accept the minutes as written.
So those were the minutes of 11/2/22, and all those in favor?
Aye.
Approved. Okay, any PAFs?
Yes. I have a PAF for Peter Fortin, who has been promoted from part-time call to full-time firefighter. All of the paperwork is in order and everyone has signed off. I will
Great.
send it down your way.
Great.
Temporary.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
yes, it's a
temporary.
6-month from the effective date of November 3rd.
Okay.
There was a slight delay.
I was gonna say
Yes.
November 3rd.
You've already heard about this, it's just that there was a delay in it.
Yeah, that was, wait a minute, that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
You're like, come on, this
didn't
is
actually
deja
take
vu.
effect until the 3rd.
I was getting a little.
So that is all now squared away.
Don't do that to old people.
Yeah, you can sign it.
I saw that look.
That was your, oh, well, we'll keep on going then.
Okay.
That was me.
So we better not sign it yet.
The next is a PAF for John Polino. It is a step increase in accordance with the collective bargaining agreement.
I thought we already did that one, didn't we?
I don't have your signature.
You voted on the position, the
The job
job
description,
restructuring.
yes. We did the restructuring, but we never signed this.
Okay.
And when did he start that position?
So that, it wasn't a position change, it was just a step increase, whatever the original start date on the,
Oh, that's
Shouldn't he-
overtime. I'm like, oh my God.
But shouldn't he have a position change? Because he's took on the restructuring. I'm a little,
My
I
brain
see that
isn't
for a
working on
second?
that one tonight, I'm sorry.
that's okay.
So it just says Lieutenant EMT. It doesn't say any change of or additional responsibilities or any. So is this step increase in line with?
Look at his start
The
date
collective
and look at
bargaining
when does it start, because if
Right.
it's his anniversary date, then it would just be an anniversary date,
Okay.
but,
Date of hire, yep, 10/1, yep.
right, so
That's
it's just
correct.
his anniversary step increase.
But,
he's, okay, so we've already signed.
So it must have been, this is just for his stepping, I didn't see this one right.
I'd have to look at
Right,
it,
but I'm
that's
just,
just
I
for a
don't
step increase.
remember signing a PAF for his new job, for the restructuring and the new job position that he's doing now as,
I don't remember now.
as fire lieutenant, fire prevention.
right,
I can look
I
into
know we
that.
did the restructuring,
I know we did the restructuring, we went
the
through all
job
that.
descriptions we approved.
I just, I mean, I heard that he had, given the Board of Selectmen a report, and it just could be me, I just could have forgotten, I just don't remember.
I think this is the 16th.
Okay.
I think I attached the email.
I was gonna say, I can look into it, and June and I,
Yeah,
can bring it back to you.
I mean, I could have absolutely meant,
Yeah.
be serious, people.
November 16th is what I had.
Thank
last
you.
day.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back.
no PAFs.
I don't remember, and I just want to make sure that we,
Yeah. No, I don't see that we ever did want to move him into that new position or to change his position title.
Right,
Because on here it still says Lieutenant EMT.
okay.
One of the things I do want to ask June, and for the classification spreadsheet, do we take the union people out of that? Usually
You
you
were
don't.
supposed to.
Yeah, usually you don't have,
Well, here, let's keep these so they're together, or else I know what's gonna happen.
yeah, probably.
Okay, is that all the PAFs?
I have one more.
Okay, let's get
Okay.
those done first.
Sure.
All
This
right.
is for Adam Crossman. This is the new equipment operator for highway. So he is an operator, driver, laborer, mechanic. Today,
That is so good.
this is his first day. Or was, I guess now, because it's 6:30.
Great, oh, that's great.
I am so glad.
And I have good news to report on that front. We have received interest from apparently a former employee in potentially coming back and filling the last position. So I'm waiting on a resume, an
Wow.
updated resume and application, because we would treat it
Right.
as a new
Right.
Employee.
employee. And so hopefully at our next meeting, I may have more information on that for you. Or you may be invited to an interview. I bet
You know what?
May is a strong May.
You know what, though? I would go in with bells on if we could
Excellent.
get that
Right,
department full.
right.
We are really trying, and it's looking good,
I
so
just
I
hope
will
they
keep
can
you
get that.
posted.
That's great.
I don't have one.
Yeah, I went through my minutes and I didn't see
I don't
see
have
it in
one.
the
I
minutes.
vaguely remember something, but I don't know how much of it is accurate, but I thought it had something to do with the contract?
I don't know, I just,
Yeah, we'd have to check with the chief.
I just thought it had to be checked because I happened to watch like select board's meeting when, you know, he sent in a report at this position and I didn't ever remember him going into that position.
For some reason, I'm thinking it was just an automatic restructuring. It wasn't a new position. They restructured it, he was told he was going to do it, and that's what his job became. But I
Okay.
don't know if it was actually like a pay switch.
I just,
No, it wasn't a pay switch.
So I don't
We
think it
asked
was a
about
pay
that,
switch.
but
I think
it was more
just
of a title change.
which,
Okay.
as strong chief, I think he can just do.
that.
Because it was
Right,
restructuring
yeah.
of the department, so there wouldn't be a PAF.
just like to keep it on the up and up, so
But
something,
again, he's a strong chief, so technically he has, I think, the legal,
yeah.
that he can do that.
I just like to have the paperwork written somewhere, just in case,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
somebody wins the lottery tomorrow and we have to replace them.
yeah.
We'll share. We'll look
Okay.
into it and
You
get
know,
back to
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I'm
would
not
say
questioning
double
the
check
fact
that,
that it
sure.
happened, I'm just hoping that we all keep it
Yeah,
Yeah,
written correctly and in the files. I'm not,
okay. All right, so we have 3 PAFs, Peter, John, and Adam.
Mhm.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve them and sign off on them as the Personnel Committee.
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And for all of those watching out there, please, if any of you are interested in joining us on the Personnel Committee, please feel free to give us a call. You're welcome to call Kristen Rubin, our town administrator. We'd love to have you. Thank you.
Good
job. Get that out
we should
there.
do it at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end, just in case somebody like comes
I
in.
know.
and doesn't-
We'd
Public
love to
service
have
announcement.
anybody. The next item was any position vacancies or job descriptions?
Not at this time.
Okay. Job descriptions. Great. All right, so we can move on to town administrator information. And I know that one of the things we wanted to talk about was the performance eval process and how we're gonna handle that, right?
Yes. So I received a directive from the select board to sit down myself with the department heads and have a discussion more so with them, because obviously this is looking at FY '22. I wasn't here, and this is week 10, so I don't really have a lot to go off of in order for evaluation. It wouldn't be fair to reflect that necessarily back on last year. So I did sit down with all of the department heads and had a great dialogue conversation with all of them. I asked them to actually fill out the forms themselves first, and then we sat and had a conversation about what they're working on now, what their projects are, what their goals were for 22, setting some goals for 23, challenges they were facing, training skills they felt they may need assistance with, areas in their competencies that they wanted to grow in. And it was a great iterative process. I think it was beneficial for me as well because I sat down with all of them in weeks 1 and 2, but along with about 40 other people.
Right.
So it was actually really beneficial to come back and sit and focus in and hone in on exactly what some of those big projects are that they were working on, rather than just the general kind of departmental overview that I received in the beginning.
Good.
And then the department heads went and completed the FY22 employee performance appraisals for all of their staff that work for
Okay,
them.
good.
So it's a little bit of a tricky process because I don't really feel that I'm in a situation to make a recommendation on who should receive merit increases because I just haven't been here. And I wasn't here at all in 22.
Yeah.
There are certain employees who in the first 10 weeks and through my conversations with them have stood out. But I feel hesitant to make that determination at this point. I'm wondering if we might want to look at some historic data. Perhaps you and I can have a conversation as you were interim during part of that time. And then maybe ask the personnel committee to look at market rate positions and any of those that need to be brought up because they are below. And then maybe June and I can package up a recommendation and bring it back to you on potential merit increase recommendations at your next meeting, if that works for you.
And,
To be-
and we wanted to, are we still gonna see the performance evaluation?
Yes, I don't know if, I think they all ended
Yeah.
up on there last night, so if you look, did you look today on
Yeah,
there?
in fact, it just looked before I came here.
They're all in there. Okay, I'll have to make sure you have access
I was
to
gonna
it.
say, check the, I'd asked you to take me off. Make
Yep.
sure you didn't check her off too.
Okay.
Maybe she just took me out.
Oh, no, definitely wouldn't have
I
done
didn't
that.
check to see if I had access, because I don't normally see them.
Who are my people here?
One of the questions, Jim, that I had about this, because I was
They're all-
looking at it and there was some things on there. I did notice that we had, because I pulled all my stuff from when we met
Yeah.
and went over everything. We can get more in depth with it, but I didn't know, are the union positions supposed to be in there? Like the ones that are in the collective bargaining agreement, so they wouldn't be, but I don't know, oh, here they are.
So they're not up for a merit increase because they are subject to a collective bargaining agreement, but the chief did feel that he wanted to do some of the evaluations, so I wanted to share them with you.
That's fine. But I was looking at the classification sheet and the folks that are listed in the, like firefighters, EMTs.
Below, part-time.
Lieutenant, captain, those there, we do have such things in the call area, and those are on the classification sheet.
So the call ones are,
Yeah.
Yes.
right?
You're in trouble.
It's probably spam.
And I just watched too, because it was like the assistant chief that we don't have any.
And that, I do have that here, where
Yeah.
you had sent me the assistant chief and the fire marshal. The
We
fire
just-
marshal has been done away with as title
Right.
and been combined with the others, so that one we can take off, but I
don't know
didn't
how to
catch
stop.
that.
It's a new phone, I'm
She doesn't know how
sorry.
to turn it
I
off.
don't know how to turn that off. There we go. Stop.
As long as you didn't answer it,
No, I hope I didn't.
check it, just,
Yeah, you're probably talking to somebody.
No.
okay.
Yeah, I gotta figure that out and
There
make
should
it
be one
ring
where you can
only
say
so
no.
many times.
You can do no, and then you can also flip it to silence.
Oh, okay. So I don't know.
As long as you didn't answer it, that's all right.
Right.
Because
I
you could be
did not.
talking away for the next hour. and-
Yeah, oops, oops.
I've done that before.
So I
the-
think we caught it just as I had sent out one, had copied it all out and got it all packaged, and then I think Amy actually said, hey, were we supposed to? And I went, I don't know if we officially said we were taking it off. I know that's what we were doing, but
So it would be more the call positions would stay on there though.
Yep.
But should we call them? Call firefighter, EMT, call first responder, call lieutenant? Because there's nothing here that says call on here.
And what about per diems? Are they, are per diems?
per diems are included on the contract.
Okay,
They are,
so basically
Yeah.
everybody is then, right?
Yes, so we actually, it was quite interesting because we have like 3 categories, full-time,
I know,
part-time, and then call, and then the call's rates are higher now than the union contract because of the COLA. And that's just the way it is. But it's one of those where,
okay, so now we have call, per diems,
yeah, per diems are actually based though on,
and full-timers.
yes,
Okay,
but the actual rates for per diems, even though it's by the shift, it's still based, the number of hours is still based on the rate that's in the union contract.
okay, so the
it
per
doesn't go-
diems are union members. I'm just,
Yes,
Right,
saying
that's
it.
what, yeah.
as
that-
long as they're doing a per diem,
okay, I'm just
yeah,
keeping it all straight, like you said.
it's not that easy, but yeah.
Yeah, it got complicated, and I think everybody, and not just us, I think as a board, I think a lot of residents too question that.
Right.
And I think it's one thing we need to make sure that
Yep.
sometimes they don't feel like it's as transparent as it should be.
So like, in the contract itself, it's gotta be changed because it has career personnel, fire marshal, fire lieutenant, full-time
We
firefighter.
can't, yeah, but that will be the next union
Right,
contract.
yeah, exactly, when negotiations come up and.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, there's that. But I was trying to figure out the,
Did she find it now? Did she?
You're all on there. So I'm not
Okay.
sure, and I did try to resend the link to you, so
okay,
Okay.
great.
that will work. If not, please reach out and let me know.
I will let you know.
Okay.
Today was my crazy day. Tomorrow is back to normal again.
Okay.
Can you make my tomorrow normal too?
No, horses all got new shoes
And,
today. Always.
Kristen sending new link. So will we be reviewing all the performance evals?
They're all in there.
They're all in there, okay, great, okay, good. Well, that saves us from the paper part of it, remember having the folder of it?
Driving everybody, yeah.
That's what we were trying to do,
Oh,
save
yeah.
a few trees.
Yeah, exactly.
There are some employees that, I mean, on the outside and to everyone's perception, have gone way above and beyond
Mhm.
their job descriptions. Can we have some input into that? I mean, I know in my brain, I have 4 people that have gone above and beyond, but I wouldn't want to say them until their department head spoke first, because I think they're the ones that really should make this determination.
So what I would recommend is taking a look at the evaluations. There are a number of them that came in as exceeds expectations, and I would see if those match up.
Okay. And then should we look into open meeting law to see if something like this should be done
Yeah,
in an executive session?
yep, I can certainly do that and get back to you.
I would feel more comfortable.
Yeah,
I would too. I was thinking that there, had been a path laid out on that one that was
Right.
clear, so without it, I'd like to research that.
think so.
Thank you.
Beautiful. So, okay, so we will read those
Mhm.
online, and that way we'll be prepared to meet and talk about it. One thing that I did want to mention that was that you had mentioned that you thought that our meeting was the 30th, right?
Did I get it wrong?
Well, I had written down the 22nd,
Right,
but you said the 30th works much better for you.
It does, if that's okay with you.
Yeah,
The-
so let me look at that. June, what about you? What about the 30th?
She's gonna be away both weeks,
Oh, you are?
She's making me go on vacation.
2 weeks?
so,
she's making you.
Great,
yes, I have instructed her that she is to take 2
I
weeks.
want to be lost.
good.
It makes me go.
Well, so far I actually have at least 3 days off out of those 2 weeks.
No, you have 2 weeks.
We'll work on it.
So, on the policies, are you okay to do those, Kristen, with us? Or
Yep.
did you want June there for them, or we should
Did
postpone
you
it?
find the originals that Margaret had?
Yep,
Okay.
so I'm comfortable doing that
Because
with
the
you.
last ones are the very last ones that we kind of like really raced through.
Yeah, we're,
The last one, I think it's all pretty basics. I don't think I had any, I think if I did have issues, I talked about it already, but I'll take a look at it quick. And if there are any issues that I've run up across,
Okay,
I'll let you know just to see if we needed to add anything to it.
I think we did all that.
I think we kind of did it really
I
quickly.
had that outline of what's left to do that we discussed before,
Mhm.
So we can do one of two things. On the 30th, we can talk about evals and policies, or if that's too much, we can also have another week added to for policies to continue that conversation. That might be a bit of a lengthier conversation. And June will be back at that point, but I am comfortable running through it with you folks if that works for you as well. Whatever you prefer and are most comfortable with. I know I'm kind of picking up where others have left
No, I-
off, so.
Right now, I just would like to see us get policies done.
And I'm thinking that after you've finished it, it would be a really good idea to do all the edits
Mhm.
and then get a clean copy of the whole thing.
Yes.
And the ones that have already been approved, if we can just sort of kind of label them as being approved, and then we'll be able to see it in a, because personally, I'm a little like, I don't know which ones are
I know,
at this
I know,
point.
Okay.
we've all got like 5 copies.
We have 5 copies, we all have different pages.
Yeah,
Well,
So
I may
when-
need a little assistance there then in terms of, I like to put the dates on policies when they're approved, so like
oh,
approved
I'm good with
such
that,
and such
yeah,
a date,
'cause-
but I may need some assistance
because
with.
I thought we had sent them out, but apparently I hadn't, or I didn't get Margaret to send them out, was what, after our meeting on June 15th?
June 15th that we brought to, we
Okay.
did a public hearing.
I had a number of departments come to me and say, I've never heard of this before.
Well, okay, you know what? First of all, don't say they hadn't heard of it because they were invited to the public
That's
hearing.
right.
And that's what I told them, and
So they
went,
knew something was happening.
oh,
Yeah,
is what I got. So then it was, okay, where's the final? Because I think we had tweaked something
The
at
only
the
thing-
meeting, and it had something to do with, was it bereavement or?
It was
yeah.
cousins.
They wanted to add cousins.
Yeah, which means I could go to all of the people who live in Clinton, but, I think we
Right.
said no, right? Or did we? I don't remember.
We added it.
Because I know there was, I thought there was an in-law somewhere in there too that we did, or a sister-in-law, brother-in-law, something like that. Mary grabbed the one that was in
Great.
the selectmen's minutes.
Okay,
So I'm hoping that was
Yes.
the one.
yep,
So she sent that out to everybody, like, everybody.
okay.
So
Us
they
too, or
all
no?
have it.
No. Because
Okay.
we didn't get it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Victoria didn't either. So I'll resend that to you guys, just so you have it.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I have the copies that we, had at the public hearing that I was writing notes on. That's what I meant when which isn't real pretty.
I must have it with my minutes, because I don't see it in my folder here.
Yeah, it was the June 15th meeting that you guys had
Right.
jointly with
Yeah.
the select board.
Right.
Yeah,
And then it was finalized then, and I didn't see anything coming back to me from Margaret for the final
Mm-hmm.
completed one, so I don't know if it just got lost in
Yeah.
the shuffle
So I
around that
think-
period, so.
And I'll look at home with all my minutes, all my other minutes in my binder to see if I filed that in that.
That one will be a little tricky, I think, to figure out, not having been here, but, so if you guys have any information on that you can forward to me, that's great. Otherwise, I will go through the folder and try to piece it together. But
Okay,
I will figure it out one way or the other.
so we're saying the 30th instead of the 22nd, so that's a little
Okay.
better.
Do we
Yeah.
still wanna do 6 PM though, and get it done earlier so you guys can get,
I love that.
because we can do that.
Okay, that works great for
Yeah,
me.
okay,
I mean, I'm here all day, so whenever you want to come in.
exactly,
Great.
exactly, both of you. So on the classifications, did you have more you wanted to go over with us?
I did not.
Okay, great. On the classification spreadsheet,
Yes.
I did notice, because I pulled out all from my piece of paper, so the assistant to the town accountant, that did get upgraded to grade 7. The COA director, we upgraded to grade 9, that's on here. We held off, these are two that we should look at going forward. The transfer station attendant and the transfer station manager. We were waiting for job descriptions on those.
We have those. I've seen them.
I was gonna say, I had them, I thought they were approved.
Yeah.
I know I.
This was when we approved
I think we
these.
got the job
I think I thought you were waiting on
we thought we got some job descriptions, we were waiting on some comps, weren't we?
I think so, because I had the approved, I thought, job descriptions, I don't remember why. Oh, I do remember why I pulled them, because it was a question about lifting. That had
Yes,
come up, so they
Yes.
were approved.
Yes, you're
Yeah,
right,
so we
yeah.
had job descriptions.
all right. So we should be all set with that. Now, we do have a little bit of market data, not much, but it's from a few years ago too. So that would be great to try and get some market data on those two jobs. But I'd like to know what senior transfer station attendant is,
Excuse me.
because that's what's on.
One that's been there longer than the other.
I know,
Sorry.
but there's no
Sorry.
such job description.
I still can't.
Okay, we've all,
I know. So those are two positions that I'd like to see us take a look at, because we kind of held off on those, because at the time, we didn't have the job descriptions.
way back, back then we didn't have the job
That's
descriptions,
right.
then we got the job descriptions.
Yeah, so transfer station attendant and manager. The next one was we did upgrade the heavy motor equipment operator, driver, laborer. We upgraded that to a,
I think that one was.
grade, did we took that to a grade 7? Yes, we did, yep, so that's all set right there. But then there was
I
another,
still, all of that just totally like, I look at it and go,
I know, I
because
agree.
I really don't know what the
yeah.
differences are on there.
And then the laborer driver, we moved to a grade 6 from a grade 5. The land use admin, which was the inspector, land use clerk, that should have gone to a 7. So we had recommended that from a 5 to a 7, and that person went to step 4 of grade 7.
So did I not change that one?
We didn't change that one. So on the classification sheet, that's still at grade 5. So the inspector/land use clerk should go from a 5 to a 7.
7-1.
7. What do you mean? For
said-
7/1, July 1st?
No, 7-1 to grade,
Grade
And
7,
step.
step 1.
Oh, she went from, from grade 5 at the top step to a grade 7, step 4.
7-4.
Yep,
Okay. So that's not on there correctly then.
right.
All right, so that one I definitely have to make sure I adjust and then send that over to them.
And then, so that one, just looking to see if there was any others. The only other two I questioned were quick transfer station attendant and manager. And I had no clue what the senior transfer station attendant was, because we don't have a job
I was
description
gonna
for
say, I
that.
think there was only 2.
There was a manager and just a,
Yep, yep. And then, on the back here, the library director was fine. I looked that up. We decided not to do the youth services librarian because I don't know, we put next year on that one.
the
Was that because it was vacant?
No, the youth services, we gave an increase to the previous year, we gave her a market increase already before. She was one of the first ones that, because she was so low, that we did give her one already, so maybe we waited.
Yeah, so,
I
yeah,
think she
we
got
kept it at a
2,
grade
but I think
6.
we needed to
We
revote.
kept that position at a grade 6, however,
We were
we
gonna-
did give an extra increase to that, extra step to that person.
Yeah, we were gonna keep an eye on that because it initially was so much lower
Yeah.
than surrounding areas, and we
Right.
couldn't put her way up there where everybody else is immediately, or our budget would have
All right,
been.
so that'll be it this year.
Yeah.
That would be another one to keep
Yeah.
an eye on.
Youth services librarian. So, we didn't bump up the grade because we were waiting.
Yeah, no,
We
she,
kept it there, but then gave an extra step.
yeah, we just had to
Um,
be careful because she was,
Public safety admin, we did move up to the grade 7. So right now, there's a consistency with the admins
Is
and
the land use in there? Is it, or did we
it's
just
on
not?
grade 5, it's still up on
We
5.
we didn't just leave it in 5 and we did also put it in the other one?
No,
No, okay.
no,
All right. So I know there was one we had in 2 spots and I thought we had fixed it.
yeah.
I just think that's one of the things that we were doing, is trying to get all the,
So,
Clerks,
right now,
admins.
the admins, right, most of the departments, like the admin, assistant to the assessor, assistant treasurer, assistant to accountant, assistant collector,
Yeah.
public safety admin, the inspector, and land use admin,
that-
they're all in the same grade now.
Okay. But the land use isn't in there.
No, it's not.
Okay.
That's why I've got the arrow here. But just for consistency
No,
purposes.
no, I'm not questioning you.
Oh, okay.
I just, for
Yeah.
some reason, I thought we had checked all of those,
Yeah.
but,
And the only other thing is we had but since this all occurred, there's been a change in personnel. We had put in here incremental increases for the public safety admin. But I think upon hire, we did, because we moved that one up to a grade 7.
I'd have to double check, but
Yeah, we
I
should,
wanna say that after her 90 days, she got an
right,
increase, but I don't remember when we did that.
yeah,
Because for some reason, I'm thinking she came in October.
yeah. But we had written down incremental, but at the time, there was another person in that position, so.
Okay.
And then the only other thing we had down here was on line 52 of our spreadsheet, the file clerk office assistant that we had in the treasurer's office. That,
Which is vacant.
right, right, but I didn't even know, do we have a job description for that? I had wrote down here at the time,
I don't,
job description needed.
I'm going to say no,
Okay,
because I don't think that we have anything on the person that was there before.
right,
Because I wanna say that was always thing that I had was that I had nothing
Right, but
on it, but.
I think that's kind of moot right now, and let the new treasurer come in
Right.
and
Yep,
just go through the whole
relook
thing and
at it and
what
see.
they need. I just think we should
yep,
put that on the,
yep.
what do they say?
Because
In the
our
back burner.
positions, assistant treasurer and assistant collector, are those?
They're
filled?
still here, yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, let the new treasurer come in and.
okay, good.
This year, I'd also like to suggest maybe relooking at the classification spreadsheet. I know you guys had 2 spreadsheets. You had one from the HR consultant, and then you had ours. And I can remember when you were doing all your things,
Oh, I
you were
worked
using
on
2
that.
sheets.
Oh, I
Which
know.
I didn't have the second one, but I know that one time you guys were thinking about changing it, and now would be the time to start thinking about it, not around budget time when we're trying to,
Let's not change it.
well, the first 2 lines on ours now is minimum wage.
Right, I thought we were,
So
Yeah, these two
Okay.
right here.
do you wanna eliminate those and move everybody's step and grade?
so you want us to do that when you're out of budget season?
Well, from here until next year, yes, because we've already handed that out, so
Right.
it will be whatever we want to implement.
But
would
we
be-
should remember to do that.
Yeah, I didn't bring that with
Sooner.
me tonight, Joe.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wasn't thinking about going over it, just to keep that in mind, because I know there was talk to do that, but now
Mhm.
where minimum wage is gonna be after this one, there are no more,
15, yeah.
well, as of right now, there are no more increases in the minimum wage, so it's gonna stay that way, I think, for a little while,
Yep.
so I don't know if that's something you wanna look at to see about.
Put it on like an agenda.
Yeah,
But our last consultant, where it is budget time, you do have budget forms in your box if you didn't already grab them.
okay.
And there is a wonderful new sheet that has been added to that by Kristen, who has added a new sheet. So I don't know if you feel that we're getting into that area where we wanna do another HR consult for the classification part of it. 'Cause
How
we're
long
already,
ago
what,
did we do that?
I just saw how much another town is spending on
Yeah.
that right now.
40,000.
$40,000.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is not what we spent.
No,
No.
Sandy did a real,
I just-
it's incredible how much work she did for us. So
Yeah.
Kristen, she did all the job descriptions. She did the classification spreadsheet. She did the market analysis. She did,
The rough draft of the policies and procedures
the
that we
rough draft.
still had to go through, but
Yeah.
at least we had
policies.
the skeleton to,
Our newer-
$15,000.
they were so much better.
Yeah, we
So,
did an update to
I don't know
our-
how often you think we should do it, but you figure she did it in 2020,
Yeah, it was right
Right.
before COVID,
Yeah.
so.
but still, I mean, I just saw that other town and 40,000 may not be something we wanna put into.
So she has a new supplemental budget thing, so technically if you think in '24 you need to hire somebody, I don't know if you would add that to the selectmen's consulting, or if you would have that as a separate add to the budget of personnel to do a consulting thing, because we're talking '24 then, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Is it like a position request form or a
So
position?
it's a supplemental funding request. It's basically for any new items that you're requesting be funded in your budget. So like June said, it could either come out of personnel or it could come out of the select board consulting budget. But basically,
20,000 though, that would be
No,
more of a
I-
special article you'd have to.
if
go
you're just
with.
doing an upgrade to an existing plan, I don't see why it would be more than $5,000.
They're asking for classifications, that's what this was for.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I don't know if it'll
Because I'll
hopefully
tell
they
you
won't
what-
have to redo the bylaws.
I've
Right.
It
done,
would just be the classification part of it.
yeah.
Well, and we did it with a grant too. Luckily, we had a
Yeah,
grant
we had
there.
a grant, we didn't have to pay a dime,
Okay.
so it was wonderful, I mean. that-
But now's budget time, that's all I'm thinking, and that
Right.
would be in fiscal year '24,
Right,
is what we're working on now, so it'd be a
Right.
whole nother year out, so it'd be 4 years.
yeah,
I mean, you're not including the personnel procedures part or writing all of the job descriptions, so it should be less than 15.
Right,
Because those are a huge part of it. If you're updating existing data,
yeah,
it really, I would think, would be a third to a half of what you were spending before, because that is a smaller piece of the work. What really takes the time is more of the narrative work than anything else.
right.
Mhm.
Well, I was shocked that we were able to get that much for that amount of money. And she knew it was a grant as well, so she worked very closely with us on the whole piece. But I think too that by doing grant work for a town like ours, you know, I think the references that you get
Oh, absolutely.
are phenomenal from different towns if you've done that work for them. So I think that might have been part of why she wanted to do it, so.
That's great.
She did a phenomenal job, so.
But you're right, we're looking at 24, so we're talking about, you know, if it's something you even wanted to do in the winter to spring of 24, that's a year to a year and a half from now. That would be when you would start doing the study. So
Mhm.
I don't know if you want to look at it with an eye to the 24 budget, if you want to think about it for 25, but usually you want to do class and comp plan upgrades every 3 to 5 years is typically the range that you're in.
25 sounds really good to me.
Well,
How much longer am I at this point?
through 27, and it gets longer and longer every time you hang out here. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
She's learned the way that we punish people now.
June's
Just check on
informed
them.
me of the ways of our town, so I understand.
So Kristen's,
If I don't behave, I have to stay longer. I don't know.
Oh, you're in trouble.
My sentence is extended.
So, for the next meeting, are we done with pretty much everything for tonight? Or
I
did
think
you
so.
wanna
Did you have
get
anything
deeper
else?
into stuff?
I think that was the only thing that came across my desk, well, that's the only thing I grabbed anyway, that I saw. Was just, I just wanted to double check on the classification thing, so I'll do
Okay.
that one change. Do you want me to take off assistant chief and fire chief? As of right now, on the roster, we still have an assistant chief,
But it's
Are they
the
part of the union though?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Wait, we have a deputy chief,
We've
but
got-
we don't have the
It's
assistant.
Paul.
We've got
He's
a
not,
deputy,
right,
assistant,
so he would have to be on the
captain.
classification.
Right, but I'm saying we have a deputy. We don't have that assistant chief anymore.
Okay, you're
That
right,
position is,
you're right, I think, yeah. Yeah,
did you say I was right?
I did say you were right, I think, yeah.
No, I know we don't have the,
Assistant is gone, so
The
should we
assistant is
take that
gone.
off then?
I would take it off,
wait?
we don't have,
Yeah.
I think that would make sense.
All right, so I'll take those two off and I'll adjust the land use and make sure that they get a copy of that, so they don't like,
I mean, I think that assistant chief left 2 to 4 years ago,
I think,
and
right,
he's
yeah,
never requested
anything.
to fill that position in any way.
So any of the positions that are in the union, I think should come off this classification spreadsheet.
Those I think are the only two.
I would agree.
So what about the fire marshal? That's part of the union.
That was
Mhm.
one of Sue's recommendations,
That's the
was
one
to
I
take
said
that
take
one
Okay,
off.
so deputy chief, fire marshal, assistant chief, captain.
Deputy chief is staying, I
There-
think.
Deputy chief stays,
Oh,
'cause that's a
okay.
call. And captain, there are on-call captains
So
also,
deputy chief's not in the union,
No,
not here.
on-call captain's not in the union,
on
Mhm.
call, no, all of them would be on call.
okay. What,
Do you want me-
lieutenants in the union?
Yeah, do you want me to
Or the
write?
call lieutenants, are they in the union?
No,
Mm-mm.
not call lieutenants.
You know, maybe we're gonna have to start writing that down.
Yeah,
So
we
how
need-
about if I call it call lieutenant,
Yeah,
call
I think-
captain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I think
Yeah.
that's,
I agree. 'Cause we need, and then,
things that my phone ring about and people ask questions.
Well, no, I mean, it's a question, so.
No,
I
it
mean,
is, and
If
I-
we can clear it up, it would be easier to just clear it up.
It'd be easier on everybody.
so, and I also, if they're not, if the call folks, like the call lieutenant, call
Captain.
captain, call firefighter EMT, right?
Yep,
Mhm.
and I think we have firefighter, and I think we have a.
No,
EM.
who's EMS coordinator? What's
Fire
that?
chief, right? Oh, no, I'm sorry, no,
No.
he's EMS director.
Yeah, no, he's the,
So I just, because
Yeah.
there's a position on there.
there
EM
is, and I know that who it is, I just don't know if that's like a separate pay, I'd have to look at it.
So I think that perhaps with our next
EMS
review of
EMS coordinator, is that what you
market data, we
Yep.
should look at those.
Just check that out.
Those
Because
call.
you did update them on this, that, I think that's when that all came about, because this was during, they had the union, and that's when we realized that the call was getting different rates than.
Right.
Yeah,
So I
Which
want to
just
make
made it
sure that
more.
we're paying appropriately for the call folks.
yeah, just make sure they're all, just wanted to be transparent.
Right, right. And so the meeting on the policies, we're just we're going through these last ones that say review updates still needed, is that correct?
Yep.
I think so.
Okay. The training, education, I keep forgetting to do a copy of ours. Leave benefits for family sick leave. Prevention of discrimination and non-harassment in the workplace, I think there's an appendix for that, but we need to review that. Workplace violence. Did the computer technology one go to our IT people for review?
Kristen is our IT people.
Oh, you are? Oh, I'm sorry.
So yeah,
didn't
yes,
know-
I
didn't
I
know.
reviewed
What's
myself.
What's the girl that, he
Yeah,
he reports to? I wasn't sure.
No,
Brittany?
that's
No.
different.
That's all cable.
Oh, that's cable, okay.
yeah. We do have the geeks, I don't know if there's anything in there that you could just, needed to
Run
recommend
by
them.
Travis, yeah, you can do that.
Because I know
Oh,
that they
okay.
recommend having a
Yeah.
sign off every year or something
Okay.
like that.
All right, I just want to know what I should be reading before our meeting, just to be prepared. And
Sure.
so that'll be on the 30th. I'm going to cancel the 22nd. That's good. We have a nice week ahead of us with Thanksgiving coming, so
Can't believe it's here
I
already.
know, huh? Jeez.
Okay, then I will make a motion, unless anyone says no, to adjourn.
Honest-
Seconded.
Thank you.
Seconded.
Start with that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're adjourned.